This for all the women that feel like they're not good enough. I want you to know that you deserve what you really want in a person and out of life. So it don't matter what you've been through. It don't matter how you feel boxed in. It don't matter the things that you feel like was wrong in your life or the things that you regret in your life. You still deserve everything you need. And I believe in you, so that's why I'm taking this time out to give you this message. Most women come across everything they really need at once. So everything you truly desire, you find it in this one particular person. But it's you trying to convince yourself, because you've been convinced that this can't be real or it's too good to be true. Because you had people in your life who convinced you that you don't deserve that, or you're not good enough for it, or you gotta be a certain way to have this thing that you actually feel like you need in your soul. So you go through your whole life pretending to be okay, pretending to feel alright, pretending to not settle, pretending to be happy and live a great life, when deep inside, you're really hurting inside. And it hurts so much that you feel like no matter what you've been doing, no matter how hard you try, things just don't go your way. And that's true, but not fully true. So it's true that things might not be going your way. And it's true that you might not take it that way. You might take it as if, it's not going your way, but you can still find a way. So just fully accept that things aren't going your way. That's the first thing. You fully accept that. And don't try to find a way around why it's not going your way. Just fully accept that, alright, things are not going my way. And then you accept that. And what happens in this moment of the acceptance is that an unveiling happens. So when you fully accept it and don't look for another option of saying things are not going my way, but I'm going to do it like this or do it this way. The unveiling happens when you fully accept it. And when the unveiling happens, it puts you in a complete state of grace where it gives you the options, unlimited options, to actually have things go in a particular way that you want it. So the unveiling introduces you to this self-esteem that you hindered yourself from, that you suppressed from the world. It introduces you back to that, and you face it head on, where you have to make a clear decision about you actually engaging in the thing you actually want. So most of, or all your relationships, well, I can't even call them relationships because they don't even exist no more. A relationship is just the introduction. When two people first meet, it's a connection. That's the relationship. What it becomes after that is an internship. But most people never make it into the internship because they just stay at the relationship level. So when you reach the internship level, that's the level where you start working and you start putting the work in. And it ain't gonna pay off right there. That's why I call it the internship level, because it's not gonna pay off when you have an internship, right? You're in that moment where you're basically trying to prove that I deserve this and I want this to happen. So You have to evolve out of the relationship level and go into the internship level. And feel like you deserve something for once. Like, I know you've been destroyed. You've probably been beat down a whole bunch of times. You may have had kids with people who didn't fit your idea of a family. And it may have disappointed you. You may have been in a relationship where it just didn't go no way. It wasn't beneficial. It wasn't happy. It wasn't anything. You both probably really hated each other. And that probably happened to you again and again. And the reason that is happening to you is because of that little thought that you carry within yourself, that seed that your childhood has put into you. Where wherever you went for something, you were stopped. Nobody allowed you to make a mistake. You know, that's how most of us grew up. Where we wasn't allowed to make mistakes. So you in that moment where you in the experimenting stage, but then somebody is stopping you from actually experiencing like what you need to actually benefit from that experience. So we grow up like that, where you could do something and you get a beating for it. Where you could try to go for something and somebody got to stop you because their own insecurities of feeling like they don't know what could happen if you keep going forward. So their fear of the unknown stops you, and then you grow up thinking this. So as you grow up from a little girl and you grow into a bigger girl, you still conditioned that way. So now everything you go after, even though that person or that voice isn't physically there, it's in your muscle memory because their vibrations from their voice, their tone was in your body. Whenever they spoke, you felt it. And that voice it still has a hold on you. So when you finally meet what you want out of life, that voice is still telling you, wait, don't do that. Or it's beating you, why you did that? You know you're not supposed to do that. You still feel that in you. So you start taking out that inner sadness and that inner hurt that you can't have what you want. You start throwing basically a spiritual tantrum, and you take it out on a person that you really need in your life. And if the person walks away, or you push the person away, you convince yourself that, yeah, I was right, it wasn't for me. And that's not the case. It was for you, but you can't continuously continue to belittle your emotional twin flame, I'm gonna say. When you finally meet that person, I'm gonna say it's your emotional flame, because we're not really flesh. This is just a disguise. This is just a level of what we are inside. So when you're meeting somebody, it's an emotional thing. You're not actually really meeting them. Like, your eyes are just seeing them, but you're not actually meeting that person. You never actually meet anybody that comes into your life, especially a person you connect with strongly. You never really meet that person because that person has never been without you. That's why if they say something to you a certain way or make you feel something, you be like, damn, I feel like I really know this person even though I never met this person. Those are your exact words. And your eyes may have never seen the person, but the person is you, is in there. So stop saying things like you don't deserve. Stop saying things like you don't know me. And I'm not saying that this should apply to everybody in life. It only should apply to that one particular person that you feel special about. Let them know how you really feel. Accept your fantasy as reality. So whatever your fantasy is, that princess fairy tale, that queen fairy tale, that empress fairy tale, accept that as your reality and accept your current reality as the fantasy. And when you do that, the unveiling process happens. And those unlimited options will be laid in front of you for you to choose where you want to go in life, who you want to be with, and what kind of happiness you want to experience. Because happiness is not just one thing. So you will have unlimited options. And you will evolve from not feeling good enough to a level where it's like, how did I even get to this point? You know, that you'll start questioning yourself, like, how do I get to this point? Like, this is so beautiful, this is amazing. You'll get to those levels of thought where it's like astound you. It won't be like, nah, I don't feel like I'm good enough. What about if they see this? You won't be thinking in that way anymore. You'll just be thinking like, this is so beautiful. Like, how did I get to this point? Like, dang, I remember when I was feeling like this and now I feel worthy. Those will be the thoughts you'll be embracing. So that's my message to women and to a woman. Give that special person a chance because they deserve you.